There it is.
Week 11.
He gone. He gone.
Gentlemen, we have a great slate of games going on. Let's dive into some of the best matchups of the weekend, shall we? First up, we're going all the way to Monday Night Football. The 9-1 Chiefs taking on the 9-1 Rams. It's going to be awesome. It's going to take place in L.A., and it's two great offensive maestros coaching from the sideline. But I would like to note, guys, which coach would you rather have leading your team's offense? Is it McVay, or is it the guy that you were just talking about with Tyreek Hill drawing up those plays, Andy Reid?
I'm a big fan of Sean McVay. I'm a McVay guy. If I was in the league right now, I'd be beating down the door of the Los Angeles Rams because it's exciting.
You're setting up the okie doke, Nate. I know it.
I know where you're going.
But I will never pick Karate Kid over Mr. Miyagi. You feel me?
Not bad.
McVay out there waxing on, waxing off, but Andy Reid catching the fly with the chopsticks. So for me, it's one of the guys that have done it for so long, and that's what I can appreciate about Andy Reid, is that he's adjusted with the time. At times, has he had offenses that struggled? Yes. But he had offenses that were successful? Yes. But what's more important than both those things, they've all had different identities. And this year is even different, even more different, because he had different skill sets, different players. Pat Mahomes was so different than Alex Smith. He has speed at every position, and he's adjusted to today's game. And what people said was a flash in the pan, gimmicky style offense. He's using that and blending that with old traditional offense. So I'm going with Andy Reid.
Mr. Miyagi beats up high school kids. It's really questionable ethically. He probably could just diffuse the situation.
They had it coming.
Yeah, I mean, Taylor is 16 years old. He's beating the hell out of him. McVay is not Daniel LaRusso. He's Johnny Lawrence. He's a bad dude. This is why I look at it. About 5 studios ago for us, we used to be in the same building where they shot Let's Make a Deal. All right, Wayne Brady and everything like that. And I look at Andy Reid as, you know what you're getting, and it's really good, and you've seen it for a long time. A little faulted at the end of the season, but there's also what's behind the door number 2, or the X. And that's McVay. There's a big unknown with him, and it might be a big payoff, or maybe not. Maybe you should have gone with Reid, but I'm going to always go for the X door right there. I'm going with McVay because I think the best is yet to come.
It's funny. Yesterday I did the whole thing about how it was a chess match between, Kasparov and Spassky, whatever it was, and a lot of Saints fans came out and said, well, Sean Payton's better than all of them, so fair. We'll leave that of it. But just between these two, I have seen Andy Reid change his entire philosophy from a West Coast guy, short route, to now becoming this exotic 7-on-7 Texas high school mastermind. I love what Andy Reid's doing. I love Sean McVay.
Yeah.
Hell, I love Sean McVay. Andy Reid is my guy if I'm picking one offensive guru for one season. That's
from Alex Smith, Mahomes, back to McNabb, of course, even just Vic back in the day. It's crazy that he's had 12 top 10 offenses in his 20-something-year career, and he's had 4 different quarterbacks doing it. I totally agree with you guys that it's Andy Reid. Moving on, not you, buddy.
We got to do this again tomorrow. I love that topipic.
I do. That's a good topic.
I just think, there's so much to unload on it. I think
McVay,
feel like you'd be disrespecting Reid if you took McVay, and that's not true. You know what I mean? There's just a lot.
And throw Peyton in there. I think it's a great conversation.
You're right. You're right.
Well, we have one more day to do it.
Great week.
Let's move on, guys. We are headed to Atlanta. The Falcons and the Cowboys are desperate for a win to stay in the NFC playoff hunt. Both teams are 4-5, but which one do you believe can sneak into the playoffs more? Is it the Cowboys or is it the Atlanta Falcons? That is a round 2 fight.
I'll go with the Cowboys based on the division they play in. I know the Redskins have a couple game lead in them in the standings, but the Eagles are floundering, the Giants are floundering, and the Redskins last week got a very important win, but the week before got lit up by the Atlanta Falcons. Cowboys can win the NFC East. They can finish 9-7. They can go to the playoffs. They can host a playoff game. It's still very much possible. The Falcons in that division with Carolina and New Orleans, good luck, guys. A wild card, maybe the second wild card is your best bet.
I agree with Peter. If you're looking for a playoff contender, it's like looking for a house. Location, location, location. That's why I live next door to a liquor store. But I think that given the NFC South versus NFC East, you have to just take the Cowboys. They're floundering. They're begging to have that division won by somebody. I'll go with Dallas.
I'm dismissing the NFC South, NFC East conversation. I'm dismissing the playoff scenario. I'm just going purely with the resume over the last couple of years. So I'm still sticking with the Atlanta Falcons. I know they've had some highs and they've had some lows this year. Very confusing to watch them because you don't know exactly what you're going to get. But the simple fact is they know what it's like. And they've tasted that sweet taste of postseason the last couple of years, and I don't want to dismiss that. I think they still have a chance.
Given the injuries with the Redskins, you got to give it to the Cowboys with that division. I think they have an easier chance of getting back in, therefore a better one. All right, moving on. We are talking Thursday night action. You have Aaron Rodgers, you have Russell Wilson. Which one of these guys do you think will have a Lombardi next? Who has the best chance to win the thing sooner?
It's crazy. Aaron Rodgers is the best quarterback I've ever seen. I'm going to go with Seattle. I'm going to go with Seattle because they're retooling on the fly. This is supposed to be a 4-12 year for Seattle, and Pete Carroll's coaching his butt off. They played the hell out of the Rams twice. I know they lost both games, but the future of Seattle is going to be against McVay and Goff and Gurley. I know they didn't beat them this year, but I like their chances there more than I do right now with a Green Bay Packers team that, unless they start turning this thing around fast, I don't even see them in the NFC North.
We're in a day and age where quarterbacks can play 20 years. And I get it, but Aaron Rodgers has been in 10 years. So you don't know what's going to happen moving forward. There's a whole bunch of different variables that can come into play.
Yeah.
Staying healthy, the surrounding players, superstar players that want to go to Green Bay. Seattle's a different deal. Russell Wilson's only been in the league 6 years. We forget all of the success he's had. So who's going to win it sooner? I feel like they're retooling at the right time. For the first time since they had left, since Marshawn Lynch has left, they got a running game.
Yeah,
and that defense is still there. So I feel like it's going to be Russell Wilson.
They're getting back to what they used to do best. And you got to think, Schrags, with all the veterans that'll soon be departing on that team, that's a lot of cap space.
You guys are talking about who's going to get there sooner, but
Yes.
you're talking about long-term stuff. Sooner, the Packers are more built to win right now. Like, the Packers have veteran guys. The Packers have Jimmy Graham. They have Clay Matthews. They have veteran players around them that have been through it and have, you know, won Super Bowls. And Aaron Rodgers is right now that guy. Right? The Packers have a better chance in 2018. So who will get there over the next 5-10 years? And you're talking about veteran guys and cap space, and that's all great for March and April. I'm talking about right now. The Packers, to me, have a better shot of making a run in 2018, getting the playoffs and flipping over the apple cart and saying, we're here to play. Seattle, I don't see it this season. So I'm going to say Green Bay.
Flipping over the apples, huh? Is that a shot at Washington?
That might have been something.
Interesting.
You guys can play along at home.
City, man.
At hashtag GMFB. I leave you with this throwdown Thursday. Let's stay with Green Bay, Wisconsin up against Seattle. Let's talk Washington. I have a pair of legendary musicians facing off this week. Is it Liberace that is representing Wisconsin?
I think Milwaukee.
In the Milwaukee area. It is not Green Bay. Wisconsin geography Twitter, do not come at me. And then representing Seattle is Kenny G. Who's more iconic?
Liberace's incredible. I find myself, he's kind of before my generation. I don't know much about him. I know Kenny G, studies have shown he's responsible for 90% of the population. He really is. And he is a G. The stuff that he will put on social is incredible. Check out what Kenny G put up not too long ago. Nothing like some morning sax to get your day going, smiley face. He does that stuff all the time.
Right up your alley.
Right. He's right up the human race's alley. People love it. He plays that little saxophone thing, and magic happens. I respect it.
Yeah, listen, that saxophone, it works magic.
Think about it.
I got 3 kids because of Kenny G.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
You put on, like, it just, not to get in the weeds or in the sheets here, you think you put on this guy's, like, just, women just in awe?
Women, men. It's not my wife, it's me. What do you have here?
The 1950s.
Got it from watching you, Dad.
You got it from watching you, Dad. 1950s, 1960s, 1970s, the highest paid entertainer in the world was not Elvis Presley. It was my man Liberace. I'm going with Liberace. He's about that stuff. I got Liberace. He had the flair. Had it all going on.
Can you name one Liberace song?
Behind the Candelabra was a great movie based on his life. A lot of things going on. Can I name a
Matt
Liberace?
Damon? Michael
I don't, because I don't know any.
I don't even know if Liberace has songs.
Does he? I don't know what he does.
He plays piano.
Does he sing?
Is he a
Concertos.
I know the outfits and the piano and the candelabra is great. Does he sing? I have no clue. I know Neil Diamond, all I know.
Yeah, Forever Blue Jeans. I got you.
Research. Does Liberace sing?
Does he play the piano? I guess he does, right?
Of course he does.
What's his #1 hit?
Liberace Twitter is going to kill us right now.
I don't think that exists.
You don't?
No.
Let's find out. Are you guys out there like Liberace and on social
I
media?
know Kenny G Twitter is out there.
Oh, for sure.
How many Kenny G babies is out there?
And
7 people raised their hand back here.
That's not true. Let's bring in Tom.